morning. My name is Alicia Johnson. Your teacher today has asked that I talk to you guys about the career path that I have chosen and a couple questions that you guys have picked for me to answer about it. Obviously, I am a high school world history teacher, so I'll read the questions and then answer them. Describe a typical day for you at work. Well, it's very rowdy because high schoolers are very rowdy, but normally come in the morning, a couple hours before everybody else gets there, and I get ahead on some of the grading that I did the night before. Then once the bells go off, kids start coming in and we begin teaching them whatever lessons I have planned out for the day. And I do the same lessons for every single class 6 times. And then the bell goes back off, and I take my papers home with me and grade them, and stay up most of the night grading papers. Okay, the next one is, why did you choose this career path? Well, I chose to be a teacher because ever since I was really little, I've always loved teaching people things, and I have a lot of patience, so that's why I went with that. Explain what you had to do to get this job in your career. Well, I had to complete all of high school and middle school and elementary school. Then I had to go to school for 4 years in college. One of them being in the specific subject that I teach, being world history. And that's it, really. Okay. What are the benefits of your job, including your salary? Well, the salary isn't really a benefit at all. I guess the only benefit really would be to see the kids you teach graduate and get good grades and do good on their assignments. Okay. In what ways does your career benefit your community? Well, everything they have to finish, or at least most of them have to get to 10th grade in order to, before they can drop out. So they have to take my class pretty much. So it benefits the community by I am teaching every person that has a job. I have taught at least something. Some of their knowledge comes from me, hopefully. So I think I'm really benefited. How does society view your career choice? Well, most people, think it's a good job for somebody else to have. So I think they respect it as long as it's not them. How would you describe the amount of power or status that you hold in society? Well, I don't really hold a lot of power per se because I don't have a lot of money because the salary is very low. But at the same time, I think I hold power as far as choices being made in the high school and the schools around the community. Okay. Does the pay change the power or status you have in your community? Yes. Yes and no. It doesn't really, actually, because the power, I have more power because of what I am. So more people know and remember and listen to me because they had listened to me before, so it's a lot easier for me to have power, not necessarily money-wise, though. What advice would I give to high schoolers who want to become a high school teacher? Be prepared for a low salary, very low. It's okay if you're one person, getting by, but if you have a family, it's very, very hard to do. You don't get paid hardly anything to teach, and then you have to come home and grade papers and stuff like that, so just be prepared. And finally, all in all, is it worth it and why? Yes, it is very, very much so worth it, because every day you get to come in and see the kids grow more and more throughout their year, and then in a couple years later, a majority of them, you get to see them graduate, and you feel as if you contributed to that. So it's definitely worth it, and thank you for having me today.